In today's episode, Andrew asks, which marketing conferences should I be going to? What are the ones to not miss? Unsurprisingly, the answer to this question depends very heavily on what your goals are. If your goals are to learn a subject in depth, don't go to conferences. Conferences are a great way to survey the landscape, to dip your toes into a whole bunch of different things, to get a digest sense of something. If you want to learn a topic in depth, take a course instead. There's so many great online courses. Take the course in the thing that you care about most, or that you have a strategic imperative to learn, and you'll get more benefit out of that. So if you don't learn at conferences, what's the point? Well, like I said, they're great for landscapes of the industry. They're great for seeing what's available, what's possible. There's a lot of case studies, a lot of things where you can pick up little pieces of information, things, they're like an in-person Google trip, right? Where you learn about a whole bunch of stuff that you're going to go and search later on and learn about later on. So that's really what conferences are good at. The other thing conferences are great at is human beings, other people, which is not always my favorite thing, but conferences are about networking and making professional connections. So if you need to meet people in your industry, if you need to interact, if you need to learn from other people in your industry, conferences are a great place to do that because, frankly, they're really good at getting a whole bunch of people into one place at the same time. Now, there are a whole bunch of tips and tricks and things you should be doing at conferences to get the most out of those meetings. Now we'll cover one a little bit later, but that's why you go to conferences. You want the landscape, you want the buffet, a little bit of everything, and you want the fellow people in your tribe, if you will. So which conferences in the marketing space should you be going to? Now, if you're working with a specific vendor, there are a ton of vendor conferences, and every vendor conference is trying to make itself into the industry conference. But of course, a substantial portion of the content is still going to be very heavily weighted towards that vendor's product and service. So if you are, for example, a HubSpot user, you should be going to Inbound. I think that's common sense. If you are a Marketo user, you should be going to Marketing Nation, and so on and so forth. So make sure that you are attending a vendor conference for the systems that you use because, well, frankly, there's no reason not to. You'll get the most out of it because you're going to get the most and learn the most about the tools you're already using. For social media, the conference to go to, without a doubt, Social Media Marketing World. I've got a link in the show notes if you want to register to attend. I think there's some kind of discount for early birds right now. But it is, if you are in the social media marketing world, Social Media Marketing World is the conference to attend. Hands down, it is mandatory. Also, check out Jason Keath's Social Fresh, which is an annual conference as well. It's an excellent event. If you are into content marketing, no surprise, Content Marketing World is where you should be. It is also a gigantic event held in Cleveland every year, and for people who are charged with the responsibility of making stuff, content of all forms, the place to go. If you care about marketing technology, the systems, the tools, sort of the vendors, and what's happening in the marketing automation, marketing technology, AI to some degree, but a lot of the practical applied tools in marketing, the MarTech conference. Scott Brinker's MarTech conference is the place to be. There's two of them every year. There's a MarTech West and a MarTech East. Both are very good to go to. I personally would lean towards the one nearest to you, where they're both good events. If you care about data science, AI, machine learning, but especially data science statistics and stuff, the Open Data Science Conference. Again, there's two of those, Data Science West, Open Data Science West and East. Go to the one that's closest to you, but you will pick up a ton about what's happening in the field of data science. Not all of it's marketing. A lot of it is, just general application. But if you want to, again, see the landscape of what's possible in data science, definitely the event to go to. And then, of course, the major vendor events. You have HubSpot's Inbound, Oracle Marketing, Modern Marketing, I think it's just called Modern Marketing, Salesforce's Dreamforce, gigantic conference. If you want to see a conference that just is crazy, go to Dreamforce. It's like 150,000 people. If you don't like large crowds, don't go to Dreamforce. Go to Marketo's Marketing Nation. Google Cloud Next is an important event if you are in the Google Cloud ecosystem. Google Marketing Platform also has its own events and things. So if you are in the Google Analytics and the Google AdWords world, the place to go. If you are a vendor reseller, distributor, or partner of Google, you absolutely should be going to the Google partner events. So there's Google Analytics Partner Conference and stuff like that. And do not miss those, because as you will learn in your NDA, they will reveal the roadmap for 12 to 18 months for the products that you are working with on a day-to-day basis. If you're not a Google partner, consider becoming one, because you get a lot of fringe benefits, and it doesn't cost anything other than proving that you actually know what you're doing with Google products. IBM Think, by far one of the best conferences to go to if you've not been and you want to learn about the state of technology. From IBM's perspective, a terrific event to go to. And on the visualization side, Tableau Conference. If you love making charts, it is the place to go, because Tableau is the gold standard currently in data visualization. So those are all the major events. If you've got unlimited budget and unlimited travel time, there you go. I would suggest, if you don't have unlimited budget, you do two events. You do a vendor conference for the tool that you use most, or the tool that you need to learn how to use best, and then do one of the general conferences, like Social Media Marketing World, Content Marketing World, stuff like that. That's how to choose what to go to every year. And if you have to pick only one, again, I would lean towards the vendor conference, only so that you can get better at the tools that you're already paying for. That would make the most sense. The exception being, unless there's a specific strategic focus, like if your boss says we must get better at social media, then yeah, go to Social Media Marketing World. One last tip: a lot of people feel like they get lost at these bigger conferences, especially I think Social Media Marketing World's up to 11,000 people now. HubSpot's up to like 30. Dreamforce is somewhere between 150 and 180. If you want to make the most of a conference, if you want to not feel like a stranger alone in the crowd, the best thing you can do is join that conference's pre-event networking or Slack group. And if there isn't one, start one, and get buy-in from the event, or say, hey, I'm going to run this unless you strenuously object. Call me, we're going to do this, because you want to build your tribe in advance. You don't need to meet 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 people at an event. You want to probably meet 10 or 15 or 20 people who are peers, people that you can network with, people you can become friends with, and have those interactions and those relationships after the event ends. And so something like a Slack group, or a Facebook group, or whatever it is, you want to join that, participate, get to know people, have your tribe ready and assembled before you even set foot on the airplane or the bus or whatever, so that you have friends at the event, and then you can carry those friendships on after the event. That is so important in order to make the most of conferences that you go to. Maybe we'll do another follow-on about other things you should be doing to take advantage of conferences, but these are the events in the marketing world right now to attend as of mid-2018, and I hope to see you at some. I speak at a lot of these events. I hope to see you at them. If you are going to be at them, say hi. I'd love to chat and sip a coffee, or just stare awkwardly, which I also do. So, great question as always. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel and the newsletter, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. If you want help with your company's data and analytics, visit braintrustinsights.com today and let us know how we can help you.